Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to CNFT's post-market analysis and trade recap. We'll be making specific recommendations to trade the E-mini, the note, the bond, gold, crude, and the euro currency in the overnight markets for tomorrow morning. We do have Apple's earnings coming after the market is closed. They could impact the day's trade if Apple's earnings beat the estimate by quite a bit. Look for the market to be higher, and that could be one of the reasons the market did not sell off today. Okay, we started out this morning on the E-mini wanting to be a seller. The market has been up 6 days, and it was time for a pause and or reversal. We came in the idea of selling 75 this morning, selling up against a market number at 75 and yesterday's highs. Market had strong buying, so we figured the worst that would happen would be a pause, and we had a pretty good chance of going back and retesting the breakout at 65, 67. And that's pretty much what happened when the day was all said and done. Looking at the F2 screen, that further reinforced our idea to be a seller when we looked at the overnight session. It was a B pattern with volume in the bottom half of the distribution. We like that, so we saw signs of selling in the overnight session, and we thought it might carry through to the day session. So we started out the day wanting to sell 74s to 76s, but said it might take a sell at 72, 73, leaning against the mode mean. Thought the market could test the breakout at 67, and the market did trade down to 67.50. And that was it. So we had ourselves a pause day. We're more comfortable with the sell side than the buy side. We did have to take our shorts in the 72, 73 area, and it worked out pretty much as anticipated. So what do we have for tomorrow? We had a pause day today. If we put all of this together, we're still looking at a very, very strong P. We had no selling, no volume today. I think there's still a pretty good chance that 75, 78 will hold, especially if Apple's earnings are disappointing. If Apple's earnings are better than expected, look for the market to trade up, and we'll have to see what happens in the overnight session. If Apple's earnings are worse than expected, I think the market will open lower, and we'll be selling against the 65, 70 area. So in the overnight session, we're going to sell failure to take out 73, 75. And in the second area, it was going to be selling 79, 71 for S2. On the buy side, we're going to try to buy 65, 67s, and we will see what happens. On the note, tomorrow is the 7-year auction. The market held in pretty well today. We did have a higher low and a higher high. The market is trading to a point opposite the E-mini, but by mid-morning, it'll be trading the dynamics of the 7-year auction, and you can't move the paper if the market is selling. So I think the market will be higher tomorrow. It'll hold today's gains on a closing basis, and we should close this market no worse than 23.26 tomorrow, assuming the stock market doesn't go nuts. So we got a higher low and a higher high. That tells me to look for a place to be a buyer. Confirmed on the F2 screen. It is. We had a market leaning P. I've seen stronger P formations in my life, but we have some news tomorrow that can impact the trading. Got jobless claims at 312. They're expecting a low number. We've got durable orders at 2%, and this number can come in higher than forecast because of the strength of the automobile sector. And the next transportation at +0.5. So we do have news tomorrow that can shake things up, plus Apple's earnings tonight can make the E-mini trade higher. So we have a P today. We're looking to buy it. The average auction price for the 2 and 5 year is now at 123.26. So we think we might get stops below today's session, so we'd like to buy 22s to 26s. And then try to buy below 20 if we break the 22 level. And we're perfectly content to sell failure to take out 24.04. So selling failure, the idea that they won't take the market straight up in the note. Selling failure to take out 124.04 is the way I see the overnight session. Taking a quick look at the bond, the 30-year. Similar situation. The knob spread expanded today. One of the easiest plays going is to buy the knob spread on the first day of the auction in auction week. The primary dealers have to support the market to move the paper. You can't move the paper when the market's selling, so they generally get short the week after an auction. They cover those shorts during the auction week to support the market. So definitely have a P right here. Looking for a place to buy it. Bottom of value is 6. Last rotation stopped at 9, so we'll make 5 to 9 our first buy. And then 29 to 01 for buy 2. And we'll want to sell failure to take out the 18 to 22 area. Do like the buy side better. Okay, gold is pretty quiet today. It's still selling. The selling is coming from institutions. The buying is coming from the retail side. The institutions don't see the profit opportunities in owning gold like they did last year. In fact, the liquidation of gold started in the fall. The retail accounts that are the buyers are buying gold because of the political and financial instability that we see everywhere around the globe. I mean, there's talk of war breaking out here, there, everywhere. G20 is borrowing money, spending money they don't have, and printing money to make up the shortfalls. So lots of reasons for retail accounts to own gold. The institutional investors think that the world's economic conditions are improving, so there's no need to own gold. So that's where the battle's being fought today. Looking at gold, the first sell, I think we got a shot at going up and reprobing this area, so we're going to make 88.90, sell 1, and then 93.95, sell 2. On the buy side, we've got 80.82 for buy 1, and then 75.77 for buy 2. Taking a quick look at crude. Crude's telling us that there's not going to be any fighting between the Ukraine and Russia or Russia and anybody else. I don't think Russia actually has to cross into the Ukraine and to achieve their current objectives, which is whipping the Ukraine back into shape and protecting the gas lines. That is their lifeblood for foreign exchange. Russia sells commodities and vodka. Based on the popularity of vodka around the globe, that could be considered a commodity too. But nobody buys Russian products. They're not that good. I'm going to keep sell 1, 102, 102 and a quarter, then 102.50, 102.75. Think long term that crude is pointed lower because of a soft worldwide economy and increased production out of the U.S., Iran, Iraq, and Libya. We're going to make buy 1, 101 even to 101 and a quarter, buy 2, 150, 175, and we'll readjust that tomorrow after we see what happens in the overnight and the news out of Ukraine and Russia. And last but not least, the euro. The euro's hanging in really, really strong. There's a seller at 138.50. There's a buyer just beneath 138. I don't think that'll change much. Definitely a buyer below 137.75. So we plan on being a seller and a buyer. We're going to play for a range tomorrow. So we're going to sell 25s to 35s and then 45 to 55. On the buy side, we're going to let them go for stops below 138, so we'll say 37.90 to 138 even. If the E-mini explodes, we'll have to raise our buys and raise our sells too. And then we'll make 65.75 the buy zone for the euro. That does it for April 23rd. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the main room, the main trading room tomorrow at 6:45 Central. Y'all have a great evening. Later.